Welcome to my channel Math with Nazia. In this channel you will find a lot of tips and tricks across all the topics in math. If you are new to this channel, click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you get a regular updates of all my videos. So today we are going to learn tips and tricks of multiplication and division. So how are we going to multiply when we have a 4 or a 5-digit number, and how are we going to divide when we have a 4 or 5-digit number easily without working out? We will just be doing it mentally. So this will help you out during your exam for a faster calculation. So let's see the first question for today. First we are going to do a few multiplication question. So the first question is very easy. So let's see how to do it. So 1-digit to 2-digit. I'll start with the smaller numbers, then gradually we will move to the bigger numbers. So the first question is 3 times 200. So whenever we have a question like this, I have seen students writing 200 times 3 and then they multiply. So instead of doing this standard multiplication, it's very easy. Whenever we have zeros at the end, the last 2 zeros are there, so we put the 2 zeros here and then we multiply 2 and 3. So 2 times 3 is 6. Pretty easy. Need not do the standard multiplication. So we will not use standard multiplication here. We will use mental calculations. Whenever we have zeros at the end, we have 2 zeros. So I have written 2 zeros, and now the rest of the numbers which is remaining, that is 3 times 2, I'll multiply and write it as 6. So 3 times 200 is 600. Pretty easy. Now let's see the second question. So the second question, if you have a 2-digit with 2-digit, for example, if you have 23 times 20. So for this question also, I've seen students writing the standard method. So instead of writing a standard method, so we have a 0 here, we can write a 0 here. And 23 times 2, we need not do a standard method. First multiply 2 and 3. So 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. Pretty easy. You just need to write the zeros first and then multiply the remaining numbers. Now let's take a little bigger number. Let's see the third question. So for example, if we have 25 times 60, how are we going to do? The same way, last digit we have a 0. So let's put a 0 here. 6 times 5 is 30. So 0. There will be a small carryover. You can write it above here. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. Easy. You can direct do it mentally. Need not write the standard method of multiplication. Now let's see a little bigger number of 3 to 3-digit number. So whenever we have a 3-digit and 3-digit, how are we going to multiply? So let's see the fourth question. So here we have 300 times 500. So when we have a question like this, 3-digit to 3-digit, so what we will do, here also we have zeros, here also we have zeros. In the previous questions we had only zeros at one side, we didn't have the other side. But in this question, both the numbers have zeros. So in that case, what we will do is we will take out all the zeros. We have 2 zeros here and we have 2 zeros here. So I will write 4 zeros here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty easy. I'll take out all the zeros, that is whichever zeros are there at the end. We will not use this for the numbers which have 0 in the middle. This is only when we have zeros at the end. So I'll put all the 4 zeros out, and then 3 times 5 is 15. So our answer is 1,50,000, or you can also tell it as 150,000 in international system. So isn't it easy? We multiplied such a big number in a fraction of seconds. Now let's see a little more bigger number. So the fifth question is, if you have a number like 250 times 400. So this is also 3-digit with 3-digit. So here we have 2 zeros and here we have 1 0. So we have altogether how many zeros? Right, we have 3 zeros. So let me write the 3 zeros here. Right, now 25 times 4, so which is pretty easy, which is 100. So 25 times 4 is 100. So our answer is 100,000 or 1 lakh, whichever you feel to tell. So which is very easy. We have multiplied such a big number again in a fraction of seconds. Now let's see the sixth question. This is a bigger question. We have 4,000 times 63,000. As you could see, this is a very big number. So we have 3 zeros here, we have 3 zeros here. The first step, as usual, let's leave some space and write 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, so let's write the 6 zeros. Now what is remaining? We have 4 and 63. So let's multiply 4 and 63. Need not write the standard form 63 times 4 and multiply. You can do it mentally. So 4 times 3 is, right, 4 times 3 is 12. I'll write it 2 and I'll just carry over a small 1 above the 6. 4 times 6 is 24. 24 plus 1 is 25. So we've got such a big number in a fraction of time. So and this will help you for easy calculation during your exams. If you found this video interesting, click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so that you get a regular updates of all my videos. Now let's start division. So this also we are going to do mental division of 2, 3 or 4 digit numbers very easily in few seconds. So let's start with the smaller number and gradually I'll move to the bigger number so that you have a clarity of how to do it. So let's take the first question. We have 20 divided by 10, which is very easy. You can directly tell me as 2, but I'll just explain you the steps. Whenever we have zeros at both the end, we can cross out the zeros. So 2 divided by 1 is 2, which is very easy. So whenever we have division, we cross out the zeros. But in multiplication, we add up all the zeros and write. So this is the difference. That's why I've written it side by side so that you know the difference of multiplication and division. In division, we cross out the zeros. But in multiplication, we add up all the zeros and write it in the answer. So now let's see the second question. We have 500 divided by 100. So whenever we have a question like this, so here there is a 1 0, here there's 1 0, here another 0, here another 0. So both the sides we had 2 zeros, we crossed out both the zeros. So now 5 divided by 1 is 5. Easy. Now let's take a little bigger example. So now the third question would be 600 divided by 20. So when we don't have a 1 here, we have a number here. So let's see how to do it. And now as you could see, we have 2 zeros here, but we have only 1 0 here. So we can't cross out all the zeros. So because we had an equal number of zeros, we crossed them out. But here we have 2, here we have 1. So I will cross out 1 0 this side and 1 0 this side. That's it. You will not cross out the another 0. So that 0 will be written directly here. We will not do anything. The zeros, how many ever zeros are remaining, we will write the zeros there. Then 6 divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. That is pretty easy. So we've got our answer 600 divided by 20. Instead of doing the long division method, we found our answer in few seconds. Now let's see the fourth question. If we have a number like 550 divided by 50. So if we have this type of a number, this is not 100,000 to easily divide. But this is a number like 50. So how are we going to do when we have a number like this? So as usual, what is our first step? Since both the sides have 0, let us cross out the 0. Now isn't it easy to divide? 55 divided by 5 is? Right, 55 divided by 5 is 11, or 5 times 11 is 55. Pretty easy to find out now. See, we did a 3-digit to 2-digit division in few seconds. Now let's see the fifth example, which would be, we are going to take now a 4-digit and a 3-digit number, which would be 9,000 divided by 300. So whenever we have a number like this, 9,000 and 300. As you could see here, we have 3 zeros here and we have 2 zeros here. So how many zeros are we going to cross out? Right, we will cross out only 2 zeros on each side. We will not cross out the third 0. So 1 0 this side and 1 0 this side. The other 0 and the other 0. Please remember, we will not cross out all the zeros. We will cross out only the common number of zeros. So now the remaining 0 will be written as such in the answer. And now 9 divided by 3, which is pretty easy to tell, which is 3. So 9,000, we divided it by 300 and we got the answer 30 in few seconds. Isn't it very easy? Now let's take another example. So here we have 12,000. We have a 5-digit number divided with a 2-digit number. So 12,000 divided by 60. Now how are we going to do this? Here we have 3 zeros, here we have only 1 0. So whenever we have a question like this, only 1 0 is to be crossed out because that is only common. We don't have another 0. So the other 2 zeros will remain as such. We will not touch them. So we will write 2 zeros as such. And now 12 divided by 6 is 2. So we got our answer as 200. Isn't it easy? 12,000. A 5-digit number divided with a 2-digit number. And we got an answer of 3-digit number, which was very easily found out within few seconds. Isn't it easy? This will help you out. These tricks will help you out during your examination for a faster calculation. If you found this tips and tricks very easy, please click on the like button and do not forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon so that you get a regular updates of all my videos. And thank you for watching till the end.